Hey there, how there, ho, there's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to another Stone Cold Hockey video. We're doing the conference finals for the 81-82 season, simulated season. As the others, Habs, Oilers, and North Stars won their divisions, and somehow, in some way, all four teams are the final four teams, so no massive upsets. As you can see on the screen, we have the goal scoring leaders Mike Bossy, my own Mike Bossy. I'm playing as the Islanders, trying to three-peat. And Thomas Grandin with 10 goals each. Ron Duguay with 9. Kurt Fraser with 8. So the thing with 2, 3, 4 is that they're all out. Bossy has 10 goals. Then it's Dino Cizzarelli, Mark Napier, Trotz with Bourne and all that. Points wise, Bossy 24, Spiel 21, Gratzky with 18, but Mike Bossy leads the goal score, the point spread. So anyway, Rick Wamsley looking good in net. Shields Balash, Ron Lowe, Ed, Billy Smith, the main guys on the four teams that are in the ring. We look at the bracket. Edmonton got through. They actually, well, they swept LA, but they actually had a tough time with Vancouver in 7 games. Minnesota got through Toronto easily in 3 games to 1, and then was best of 5 first round, and then swept Chicago. So Minnesota is very rested. Montreal had to go through winner take all games against both Quebec and Boston to move on, and we swept the Flyers, but the Rangers gave us trouble. So we're hoping to get to the Stanley Cup Finals and finish it off. Minnesota Edmonton game 1 saw Edmonton go to Minnesota and win 3-2. I thought Edmonton had more points. That's what I thought. Well, Edmonton starts in Minnesota. That's weird. Well, it doesn't matter. Fuhr beats Meloche. Edmonton goes by Hagman, Anderson. Minnesota goes by Cicerelli and McAdam. Kind of weird. I thought Edmonton had more points than Minnesota. Anyway, we play Montreal, and we host Montreal, and Rolly the goalie in the net against Richard Sevier, the true number 33. Yeah, so Sevier in the net from alongside Billy Smith, main guy as always. They have Rick Wamsley. They have Danny Herron and Mark Holden in the nets, but Sevier I figure will be trying to ruin us. I love the number 33, but I'm Patrick Wass back. Nevertheless, Montreal faced the Islanders. We have Mike Bossy, who's been producing in the playoffs and a perennial 50 goal scorer until his back gave up on him. Ryan Trottier, he knows how to score a lot of points. Clark Gillies Beagle, number 9. John Tonelli, a good contributor. Bob Bourne's been contributing. Dennis Potvin, one of the best defensemen in NHL history, at least in the 80s. He scored a lot of points in the NHL. He could have got to 1,000 if he was healthier. Bob Nystrom, the 1980 hero in real life for the Islanders. Brendan Dwayne Sutter, 2 of the 6 Sutter brothers who made the NHL eventually. Brian and Daryl, also there alongside Rich and Ron. Anders Kalor, Butch Goring, who made the term trade deadline deal famous in 1980. Wayne Merrick, Mike McEwen, good high scoring defenseman for the Rangers, then got traded to Colorado, and Don Cherry didn't like him, so he went to the Islanders. Thomas Janssen, Billy Carroll, Stephen Person, Hector Marini, Dave Langevin, Kenny Morrow from the American Ice team, Greg Gilbert, Gordon Link. On the other side of the coin, we have my thing falling. Yeah, sorry about that. My thing just had to flip over. Just had to flip over. Nevertheless, Montreal, they have Mark Napier, Keith Acton, Pierre Mondu, Mario Tremblay. I misspit because of his actions with the Patrick Waugh deal. Steve Shutt, great left wing scorer. Guy Lafleur on his last legs, but he's still putting up numbers. Guy Lafleur. Bob Gainey, great defensive forward that even the Russians blush over. Doug Jarvis, the NHL's original Iron Man in a sense, before Hot Dog Castle came along. Mark Hunter, Doug Ricebrill, Kitchener, Larry Robinson. Again, I say Kitchener. Doug Wickenheiser, definitely not Kitchener. But yeah, Wickenheiser, who Montreal wasted the number 1 draft pick in 1980 on. I say wasted because, they could have had Dennis Savard because he was playing in Montreal as a junior and was scoring points, but they went with Wickenheiser. Why, I don't know. I mean, Winnipeg got a chance to get him, but took Dave Babbage, and Chicago got Dennis Savard. Craig Laughlin, who would be traded to Washington, one of the biggest deals ever. Rajon Uhl, Peanut, as we call him. Chris Nyland, the policeman, Gaston Shingra, Baby Bull. Rod Langway, who went to Washington. And he got 2 North trophies for best defenseman. Brian Engblom also went to Washington in that deal. Good color commentary for ESPN. Schubert Delhomme, Robert Picard, and Jeff Brubaker, the non-goalies. Who scored first? Dane Sutter of Sally and Nystrom. Another 6 minutes later. Let's go! Carolina Finale, 5th from Boston and Nystrom. 3 minutes later. We tried to score again. At the end of the period, Minnesota scored from Acton. The Iron Man. I am Iron Man. I thought I had it, but Kessel's got it. 2-1. Early on. Let's go. Tis the season for that goal. Fa la 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 la. Donnie now, our Islanders apparel. Fa la 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 la. Billy Carroll scored that goal. Fa la 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 la. His first from Bossy and Trotz. 2 minutes later, pressure. It's Sutter. And they miss. 3 minutes later. Then they failed again. It's good. Indeed, his fourth from Canelli and Bossy makes it 4-1. McEwen. Much later. Sutter. And they scored. Bob Gainey from Lachlan. Don't tell me he's not a goal scorer, because he is. Let's go. Bossy. So it's 5-2. Danny Herron's now coming in the net. Montreal's like, we need to put him in the net. Nope, stop him early. We're up 5-2. Yeah, Montreal Islanders met in the conference finals in 1984 in real life. It was Quebec Islanders in real life. 1 minute later? No. Sorry, Trots. Sutter. And now we McEwen gets 2. 1 minute later, they score. Engblom finally scores in the playoffs. Riseborough with assists, 6-3. 1 minute later, Trombley gets whacked by McEwen. Ay. Another penalty, Merrick. They're trying so hard to help Montreal, but they fail, and we win 6-3. It's a short-sighted win, but a win's a win. Millicent beats Sevigny. Well, Herron did well. He only gave up 1 goal. So our goals: Dwayne Sutter, Tonali, Carroll, McEwen, and Sutter. Right, Sutter. Montreal goals by Jarvis, Gainey, and Engblom. Yeah, Bossy with 4 assists. He didn't need to score a goal. He just needed to score assists. That's what he did. Game 2 of the West saw Edmonton win 4-2. If Fuhrer beats Meloche. Minnesota goes by Cicerelli and Carlson. Slap shot. Edmonton goes by Coffey. Catch it there. Gretzky, Anderson, and Callaghan. So the Oilers are halfway home. Now game 2. And game 2 we'll see Rolly the goalie against Wamsley. So the Habs decide to change to Wamsley this time. We're keeping Mellison. 3 minutes later. Hey, Montreal gets a penalty. It's Jarvis. And we can't score. Danny tried to score. Much later. Okay? It's Wickenheiser. We put it in. Dave Sutter. Rock. Wickenheiser. Now. 5 minutes later. Special. And we get Sutter. And no shot. So we're up 1-0 after 20 minutes. Went up in the series. 4 minutes into the game. Here. And Sutter. Remember, he's a player on this team. 4 minutes later, scored Lane. But Angblom takes a dumb penalty himself. We're going to power play. And then from Trotz and Carroll makes it 3-0. 2 minutes later. 2 minutes later. Pressure. Angblom. Oh, 4-0. That's a switch from Merritt. They want to hit the hard guys, but we're 40 minutes and you're done. Eddie Heron is going to come in net from Montreal. Why not? No one gets hit. Four minutes later. Skewer! Wickenheiser from Mario Tremblay, 4-1. A pair of hated guys. Boston and Boston with the 5 announced 2 goals in this game. Just kill the clock. Nope, Jarvis scores the second of the night from the series from Lafleur and Hood, 5-2. Yeah, second of the series. Well, we win 5-2, so Rolly does his job. Nice job by Heron, though. He's been pretty good in relief, only giving up 1 goal in the third period. So Dwayne, Brett, Nystrom, Goring, and Nystrom. None of those guys have more than 5 goals. Well, Wickenheiser and Jarvis. So basically, the scrappy guys have got the goals today. Game 3 sees the Yellow Drop win 4-3 for beats Malash. Minnesota goes by Solhelm, Smith, and Broaden. Edmonton goes by Coffee, Kitchener, Gretzky, Lowe, and Dave Hunter. So Edmonton's 1 win away from the Stanley Cup Finals. Meanwhile, we're in Montreal, and we got Rolly the goalie against Walmsley. So you got to go with the hot hand. And of course, language alert. Not because it's bad language, it's bad French. Okay, let's see here. Six minutes partout. Chance de Montréal? Non. Minutes partout. Chance de Montréal? Non. 6 minutes partout. 4 minutes partout. Doué, Sada. 4e de la série de l'éliminer. C'est le Trottier numéro 8 et Bussy numéro 4 de les 6. Minutes partout. Dwayne Sutter et Chris Nyland. Nyland a gagné. C'est la fin de la première période. Islanders 1, Montréal 0 au bout de Dwayne Sutter à 17 minutes. À Trottier et Bussy. 6 minutes partout. Montréal arrête de Millicent. 1 minute partout. As-tu une chance? Non, Marini pas le bout. 3 minutes partout. Hunter, Mark Hunter. No, fuck Gilbert. 10 minutes partout. Penalty à Dice Brill. Pas de but. 40 minutes partout. Landers à Montréal 0. De la forme de Montréal. 1 minute partout. Arrête de Millicent. Éliminé Langway, numéro 6, et Robertson, numéro 4. De le 6. 2 minutes, split. 5 minutes de Chris Nyland. That's all that. Others dans 5 minutes, à tir de but. Can we put you? In the island. Way! Sean Tanale. To the boot, Sisium to the city, to the eliminate, the Sispa Paten numero 7 e Trate numero 9. Wait, un minute, Nilon to the penalty? No. Areta, Millicent, Islanders Gagne, What a game. 3 goals. Only 3 goals. The defense. Walmsley stayed the whole game. That's the first time Montreal didn't have to pull the goalie. We win 2-1. Melanson does his job. Dwayne Sutter and Canali with the goals. Doug Jarvis for Montreal. Okay. So now we're up 3-0. Edmonton's up 3-0. We may have a Stanley Cup final right now. Well, Edmonton wins 9-2 as Malosh gets beaten by Ron Lowe. 7 goals in the second period will kill you. Palmer and McCarthy from Minnesota. Edmonton goals by Hagman, Anderson, Coffey, Kitchener, Messier, Lowe, Gretzky, Boschman again, and Pat Hughes. So Edmonton wins 9-2. So Minnesota, despite all their efforts, Milosh 4-4, Beaupre 3-1. They should have put Beaupre back in. McAdams 17 points, Cicerelli 15, Bobby Smith, and Neil Brown with 12. Yeah, they took good care of Toronto and Chicago, but Edmonton took care of them. Now, can we sink Montreal in 4 straight? And big news, Billy Smith is now going to play game 4, and Montreal needs the big boy, so Danny Heron is coming into the nets to start this game. Can't we do part 2? Heat. Can't we do part 2? Wickenheiser and Napier to the east. Can we do part 2? Here, all right, Smith. We may do part 2. John's Firebird to Tenali. Please be part 2. Wickenheiser. The Tremblay is Robinson. Cicero Montreal. Cicero Montreal. Après une période de the match. Quatrième match. 5 minutes pour 2. Arrête, Tenade. 4 minutes pour 2. They're Pardue. 4 minutes. Penalty Landers to set off. At the North and Landway. Cicero Montreal. 4 minutes pour 2. Penalty Alejandro. Settle Trois. Montreal, une période de la gagne is in the match, no middle 5. Well, we're doing now. Cancel Kinglass and Bundy right at Fort Mill. That's for sure. Well, Mike Bossy scored from Lane. Well, there's Bossy. Finally, you're back on top of things. Probably a nice drum. Yeah, we just can't do anything. Bossy tries again, but we can't do it. And Montreal may have found the secret from formula. Danny Heron might be the guy who might be needed. 4-1. We did break up the shutouts, but not before we got broken. But I almost took out Billy Smith. So now we go to game 5. And it will be back to Melanson against Walmsley. Montreal decides to go back to Walmsley. We go back to Melanson. 2 minutes into the game. Born to be wild. A 7 from Dwayne and Brett, the Sutter brothers. Much later. Nope. 5 minutes later. The truth they score. Oh, mon Dieu. His 5th from Lafleur makes it 1-1. 5 minutes later. Aggression. It's a major on Montreal Nyland. So now we can score as much as we can for 5 minutes. But we can't. Montreal's keeping it real. 1-1 after 20. And we just can't do it. And we get penalty. Large event. LaFleur, oh, we stopped him. But we can't stop Lachlan, of all people. Greg Lachlan, his third from LaFleur and Anglo makes it 2-1. Oh boy. Oh boy. Much later. We got it. Hello, his fifth. Warren and McEwen. Much later. Steelers, Peanuts. He scores from Gainey and Mondu, makes it 3-2 after 40. Well, let's see what happens. 3 minutes later, we get penalized with Swanson. They have a chance and they fail. Kill the zone. Kill the zone. Fight at its Anglum and Lane. Anglum and Lane will be fighting. Okay. 3 minutes later. Montreal penalty on Nyland. Well, we could use it. Holiday Road. His fifth from McEwen and Carroll. Much later. Let's take the penalty. It's Acton. Did we take advantage? Well, we might. Mario Tremblay in the box. Another penalty to Gainey. Board. Ah! Really? Yeah, it's Trottier. Oh, Trottier had a chance to win it in overtime, and we can't. So it's 3-3 Montreal and the Islanders. We go to overtime. If we win, if we score, we're going to the finals against Edmonton. If we don't, then we got a game 6. 6 minutes. Battle. Educated. Chance for us. Ah! Tonelli. 3 minutes later. Gets Tonelli. Oh, again. Overtime heroic. Steve shut. And he shuts down the Islanders in overtime. From Wickenheiser and Robinson, guess what? We go back to Montreal for game 6. We lose on Prolagashi. Man, I can't believe it. Ornodi had a 2-goal lead. So practically, you knew that was coming. It was a tight-knit game, and we lose game 5. Oy. We're in trouble now, boys. Down to game 6. In game 6, we'll see Billy the Hatchet against Sevigny. I would have went with Heron, but yeah, they're going with Sevigny versus Billy the Hatchet. Well, you know what to do. 3 minutes into the game. Shot. Ah! 4 minutes later. That's 2 minutes later. That score from Rachel. It's 2-0 Montreal. We're in deep trouble. And we get penalized Carroll. Or at least it's not opening the floodgates. Boston scores from Shutter Gates Sweden. Back from Dallas. Can we score? Well, we scored that one. Bossy's 12 from Nystrom and Pearson makes it 3-1. So Bossy at his hometown tried to roll his on. 4 minutes later. They score again. 80 from Now we got especially that Tonelli. Peanut scores to make it 5-1. Like lots alive. Well, on to game 7. Oh my god. 4 minutes later. Score. Bossy does it from Johnson and Kalor. Makes it 5-2. Good. 5-3. Born from Tonelli and Trotz. So it's 5-3. So we're not dead yet. Now we're dead. Dictionaries in a cunt. 2 kids in a cut. Cunt. And 2 Dodson scores from the wing. Make it 7-3. Man, what is going on? We lose a game 5 on home ice to win the series, and now we're in trouble. 7-3. My God. Well, what do you do if you're in Montreal? What do you force game 7? Well, but we're going with our money goalie, Billy Smith versus Danny Heron. So Montreal's going with their money goalie, that's Heron, and we're going with Billy the Hatchet Smith, our money goalie. 6 minutes into the game, so let's go. Picard, Captain Picard. 5 minutes later, progression. Another Montreal penalty. It's Anglin. Can we take advantage this time? Gillies? There we go. It's a time for goals and a time to break. Montreal cannot rake. Bossy's 14 from Morrow. Montreal taking over them powers. Where Tremblay. Good riddance to bad rubbish. But we can't score. 6 minutes later, aggression. We get the penalty. It's McEwen. They score to tie the game. Gilbert Delhomme finally scoring in the playoffs. Delhomme from Mario and Engblom makes it 1-1 tie. 2 minutes later. Much later. To score! It's worth the drive to Acton. His 4th from Shingra shot makes it 2-1. There's a fight between Langway and Nystrom. Well, we need to do something. We sure do. We're down 2-1 after 40 minutes. Unreal. We need something. A fight. Loughlin and Marini. Well, thankfully for us, Marini we don't really need. Aggression. Lucky of all people. And Riceboro gets hit by Carroll. Montreal. Oh. Yay. Killed it. The shot from Johnson and Brent makes it 2-2. Shot? Oh, I thought he had it. Well, 2-2 in a game 7 overtime. Montreal has had to go through winner take alls against Quebec and Boston, and now the Islanders. So Montreal hasn't had it easy in the playoffs. We swept the Flyers. The Rangers were up 2-1, and we stunk them. And then we were supposed to sweep Montreal aside. Now it's 2-2. This is a tough game. Two minutes in. Gotcha. We'll take the penalty. Mark Hunter. We have a chance. Keller! Ah! Shoot! Ah! Tragedy! We score in overtime from McEwen and Tonelli. Dwayne Sutter's the hero. We got us the Islanders Edmonton Stanley Cup final. It wasn't pretty, but we did it. And the New York Islanders win Perlakashion. What a series. Montreal gave us fits, but we win the series game 7 in overtime. We had a chance to win game 5 on home ice in overtime. We failed. Now we don't do it the second time. The second time around, we did it. Dwayne at 10:51 from McEwen and Tonelli. Of all people, it's Dwayne Sutter who's the hero. What a series. Give Montreal every freaking credit in the world. They were looking pretty good. They're 47 wins in the regular season. Rick Wamsley 4-4. Danny Heron 4-1. Heron was perfect until we skunked him. 78 1-4. He got lucky. He won a game, and Holden actually won a game. But yeah, Wamsley and Heron. Yeah, Danny Heron was the main reason why Montreal hung on in the series. LaFleur 15 points, Napier 13, Acton and Wackenheiser 12 points in the playoffs. Chris Nyland even scored 3 points. Yeah, we gave up the only goal to Gaston Shingra and Engblom and Delone. But yeah, Gilbert Delone. But yeah, Montreal did a good job. I mean, they pulled on all the stops. They went with Danny Heron because they're like, Danny Heron was good in the regular season. It could have been Wamsley, but nope. They're like, he's 4-0. He's like, 78. No way we're going to put 78 in the net, even though he won for us. We got to put Heron in the net. A 168. Well, Danny Heron and Rick Wamsley may have put up some great goals against, but they end up losing it. Bielenson 4th, Smith 7th. Melanson at 305 goals against. And we got to face Ron Lowe, who's 6-1. Fear's 5-2. So yeah, Mike Bossy's going to definitely win the goal scoring event. He's at 14. So yeah, Bossy knows what to do. So we're off to see the Stanley Cup Battle of Laws. So what will happen? We don't know. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond.